From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 10 o'clock news.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Russ Riesinger. The Billings School Board getting a look at standardized testing data for grades kindergarten through 8th grade, showing general improvements in reading, but a drop in math proficiency. The school superintendent attributed the math drop and reading increase to literature being taught more easily at home by parents during the pandemic. The assessment data broke students into 4 percentage groups based on proficiency. The district will work with these numbers to identify future avenues to help students, some of who've been learning online since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, as the district has also seen multiple classrooms placed into quarantine because they've been identified as close contacts. The school district's data from the last week of October shows 553 were placed in quarantine, and if cases continue to trend upward, the number of quarantined students could rise along with it. The school board also unanimously approved a 1-year contract with the Billings Education Association tonight. That new contract will give the teachers union a 5% raise each salary cycle for full-time staff and a one-time $1,500 bonus for essential worker pay. Montana Attorney General Tim Fox announced a multi-million-dollar settlement today with tobacco companies over funds owed to the state and protection for the next decade of payments. MTN's John Riley has more.
The Montana Department of Justice has secured $49 million plus interest on funds owed to the state from tobacco companies. The settlement stems from a lawsuit filed in April and will also prevent those companies from challenging future payments to Montana through 2030. Montana Attorney General Tim Fox called it a historic win for Montanans.
No other state in the union has received 100% of what was withheld by the defendants under a similar claim. No other state has achieved a remedy protecting future payments in full for 10 plus years and an agreement to not withhold funds under similar allegations in perpetuity.
In 1998, Montana entered into an individual settlement agreement with the big tobacco companies after decades of deception regarding the health hazards of smoking. Rather than join other states' litigations, Montana filed suit in-state, which meant challenges also had to happen in-state. Fox says the credit goes to all the Montana attorneys general who oversaw 2 decades of litigation against the big tobacco companies and the dedicated staff that worked tirelessly to represent Montana. Millions of dollars in funds the state receives from the companies every year play a significant role. They fund children's health care, suicide prevention, and smoking cessation programs.
The settlement funds are particularly important to the Department of Public Health and Human Services. This money is key in its efforts to help people quit smoking and to prevent Montana youth from becoming addicted in the first place.
The Attorney General says that owed funds should be paid by the end of the year, which means they'll be available for the governor's budget and the 2021 legislature. Reporting in Helena, John Riley, MTN News.
Fox's office estimates the total value of that settlement at well over $100 million. COVID-19 continues to take a tremendous toll across the state as Montana counties report 17 more deaths today, and the state added more than 800 new confirmed cases. 2 of those deaths are out of Park County, which are also the first COVID-related deaths that county has seen. Late today, Bighorn County reported another victim. Cascade County also saw 4 more deaths today, while Butte-Silver Bow County reported 3. The state total has now reached 553. Tonight, new information about an officer-involved shooting that left a man dead last Friday evening in Stillwater County. The Highway Patrol says that incident began after a report of a person throwing flaming objects from a car window that started multiple brush fires along I-90. Now, the suspect's vehicle was pulled over west of Columbus. Authorities say 38-year-old Charles Meeks of Pineville, Wyoming, refused to cooperate. A confrontation followed, and the trooper fired 1 round from his shotgun. Meeks died there at the scene. The MHP trooper, along with a Stillwater County deputy and a Columbus police officer, have been placed on administrative leave during the investigation. Well, today, President-elect Joe Biden called on President Trump to begin the transition process, but the president continues to make false claims that he won the election, even as more members of his own party push back. Michael George is in Wilmington, Delaware with more.
Thank you very much.
While laying out his plans to fight the coronavirus and rebuild the economy, President-elect Joe Biden gave a stark warning on the lack of cooperation from the Trump administration.
More people may die if we don't coordinate.
President Trump is still blocking the transition of power, tweeting Monday morning, "I won the election."
Hospitals are overflowing, people are dying, and our economy is collapsing. And the president is tweeting all day and night about beating Joe Biden.
The president's own national security advisor is signaling his readiness to begin the transition process.
If the Biden-Harris ticket is determined to be the winner, and it's, obviously things look that way now, we'll have a very professional transition.
President-elect Biden's COVID advisory team is planning consultations with vaccine manufacturers this week as they plan a pandemic response without cooperation from the Trump administration. Meanwhile, a U.S. defense official tells CBS News the Pentagon expects President Trump to order a reduction of U.S. troops by half in Afghanistan and by 500 in Iraq.
A rapid withdrawal of U.S. forces from Afghanistan now would hurt our allies and delight the people who wish us harm.
Defense officials say the move could destabilize both countries. Michael George, CBS News, Wilmington, Delaware.
During his remarks, the president-elect pointed out that while he's still not receiving daily high-level intelligence briefings, Vice President-elect Harris is as a member of the Senate Intelligence Committee. All right, turning to Chief Forecaster Bob McGuire. Bob, pretty quiet weekend on the weather front. How's the rest of our week shaping?
Oh, it's going to be one of the best weeks we've had of the fall so far. Let me show you what we have for you. We're going to not do the entire week, but tomorrow is Turkey Tuesday, so we always start off with overnight tonight. It's going to cool down to 31 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. So we'll start off tomorrow with Montana this morning. You will see maybe 31 degrees at about 6 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll work our way all the way up through the 40s and eventually get up to 58 degrees by Tuesday evening when we stop collecting your turkeys for Turkey Tuesday and your other non-perishable food items, and also your toys for tots. That'll be, we'll do that from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. But look at the weather. It's going to be perfect. 58 degrees on Tuesday. Even on Wednesday, we get back up to 60. And if we were to extend it, we're looking at temperatures into the 40s and 50s all the way through into Thanksgiving. Russ?
All right, thank you. As Bob just mentioned, tomorrow is Turkey Tuesday, as you and Q2 partner with the Billings Food Bank and Toys for Tots to make the holidays a little brighter for children and families across our community. So all day tomorrow, the Q2 crew will accept donations from our studio parking lot in a socially distanced drive-up style. Q2's Mitch Legge brings us more about the need at Billings Food Bank.
The Billings Food Bank is seeking donations and volunteers ahead of the holiday season. While crews have already been hard at work feeding people during the COVID-19 pandemic, they need the community's help to continue it in the holiday season.
Food Bank CEO Cheryl Shandy said she's been seeing a lot of new faces coming through over the past few months, and the group has been able to help out more people than ever with new farm to food bank events. For the Thanksgiving holiday, the food bank is preparing to serve hundreds of people who use both their cooked meal service and Thanksgiving box delivery. Last year, volunteers hand-delivered 150 turkey dinner boxes to the community. This year, the food bank is asking people, if they can, to pick up their boxes directly from the food bank to relax the strain on volunteers. To sign up to receive a meal, just give the food bank a call. Although the name of Q2's event may be Turkey Tuesday, the food bank is accepting all kinds of food donations.
That if they want to bring down food donations, it does not just have to be turkey. It can be any kind of food donation that they would like to bring us. Or if they'd like to bring cash for us to do our own shopping, that's great too. We are so grateful we live in this community because this is such a giving community. And a lot of it is because a lot of the people that support us have deep roots in Billings. They've been here for generations.
An easy way to support the Billings Food Bank is to participate in Turkey Tuesday. You can stop by the Q2 studios on the corner of 4th Avenue North and North 32nd Street between the hours of 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and drop off food donations or toys to be donated to Toys for Tots. Reporting in Billings, Mitch Legge, MTN News.
All right, thanks, Mitch. And again, tomorrow's donation will be all drive-up style with all COVID-19 procedures followed. Still ahead on the MTN 10 o'clock news here on Q2. Loud and clear, a Missoula company uses a lawn tool to create a mask fit for singers. That story is coming up next. Plus a Hall of Fame-worthy sportscast. Scott breaks down championship weekend in the PBR.